Hello students, in last class we completed atomic structure chapter. In today class we will start with new chapter, that is states of matter. It is one of the important chapter in physical chemistry, states of matter, states of matter. So every year in final NEET exam, one question they are minimum asking one question. So they are minimum asking one question from this chapter. States of matter, it is one of the important chapter. So based on the physical state, matter can broadly classified into three types. Based on physical state, matter can broadly classified into three types. First one, solid state or simply solids. So based on the physical state, matter is broadly classified into three states. First one, solid state. Second one, liquid state or simply liquids. Third one, gaseous state. Third one, gaseous state. First one, solid state or simply solids. Second one, liquid state. Third one, gaseous state. So what is meant by solid state or what are solids? So solids are nothing but the substance is said to be a solid if its melting point is above to the room temperature under atmospheric pressure. So solid substance is nothing but a substance whose melting point is above to the room temperature. Whose melting point is above to the room temperature. Whose melting point is above to the room temperature under atmospheric pressure. Under atmospheric pressure. So what is meant by liquid state or liquids? So liquid state or liquids is nothing but the substance whose melting point is below to the room temperature, whose melting point is below to the room temperature and boiling point is, so BP means boiling point is above to the room temperature, above to the room temperature. So boiling point is above to the room temperature under atmospheric pressure. Under atmospheric pressure. The type of state is known as liquid state. So gaseous state. Gaseous state means the substance whose boiling point is below to the room temperature. Whose boiling point is below to the room temperature. Whose boiling point is below to the room temperature under atmospheric pressure. Under atmospheric pressure. So in first year we will discuss about gaseous state and liquid state. So in first year gaseous state and liquid state is there. In second year solid state will come. So in first year we will discuss about gaseous state and liquid state. In second year first chapter is solid state. That means by the end of 2 years PUC you will gain the knowledge of all three physical state of matters: solids, liquids and gases. So these three states are interconvertible by changing the conditions of temperature and pressure. So by changing the conditions of temperature and pressure, all these three states are interconvertible. That means one form is converting into another state. So solid state is converting into liquid state converting into gaseous state, like that. So these three states are interconvertible. These three states are interconvertible by changing the conditions of temperature and pressure. By changing the conditions of temperature and pressure. So solid converting into liquid, liquid converting into gas, or gas converting into liquid, or liquid converting into solid. So by changing the conditions of temperature and pressure, all these three states are interconvertible. So solid converting into liquid, liquid converting into gas, or sometimes solid may directly converting into gas. That process is known as sublimation. That process is known as sublimation. Sublimation means the direct conversion of solid into gas without converting into liquid state. That process is known as sublimation. All these three states are interconvertible. After that, a small note point. So a same substance can exist, same substance can exist in three physical states under suitable conditions, under suitable conditions of temperature and pressure. So same substance can exist in all three physical states under suitable conditions of temperature and pressure. Just for understanding purpose, I am considering water can coexist in all three physical states. So water can coexist in all three physical states, namely solid, nothing but ice, next water, nothing but liquid state, next water vapor, nothing but gas state. Yet 0.01 degrees centigrade and 4.58 mm of pressure. So at these conditions, water can coexist in all three physical states. If we will provide this temperature and pressure, at that conditions, water is existed in solid state, liquid state as well as gas state. That means all three physical states can exist together. So at these conditions, all three physical states, at these conditions, all three physical states can exist together. Next, after that, a small definition. Triple point means it is the temperature at which all three physical states can exist together. So triple point is nothing but it is the temperature. Triple point is nothing but it is the temperature at which all three physical states. It is the temperature at which all three physical states can exist together. That is known as triple point. Now only we discussed. For water, triple point value what? 0.01 degrees centigrade. At 0.01 degrees centigrade, all three physical states of matter can exist together. Therefore, 0.01 degrees centigrade is considered as triple point of water. So this is the triple point definition. So just this is about introduction part of solid state, liquid state and gas state. After that, characteristic properties of solids, liquids and gases. This is also introduction concept. Characteristic properties of solids, liquids and gases. characteristic properties of solids, liquids and gases. What are the characteristic properties? So solids, liquids, solids, liquids and gases. Solids, liquids and gases. So first point, in solids all the atoms or molecules are closely packed. In solids all the atoms or molecules are closely packed. So first point, atoms or molecules are closely packed. Atoms or molecules are closely packed. Atoms or molecules are closely packed. So in second year also we studied close packing structures. So atoms or molecules are closely packed. In case of liquids, so atoms and molecules are not closely packed. They are loosely packed. So atoms are molecules are not closely packed. So between the atoms or molecules some distance is there. So like this, between the atoms or molecules some distance is there. Hence atoms or molecules are loosely packed. That means not closely packed. In case of gases, so these are far away from each other. Molecules are far away from each other. That's why these are not closely packed. Atoms or molecules are far away from each other. 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 That means they are not closely packed. They are not closely packed. Coming to second characteristic property. So here closely packed. Whenever they are closely packed, the distance between the adjacent atoms or molecules is very less. The distance is known as intermolecular distance. The name itself gives the answer. Intermolecular distance means the distance between the molecules. So here because of close packing, intermolecular distance is very less. Here intermolecular distance is very less. So these are also introduction concepts. Intermolecular distance is very less. In case of gases, they are far from each other. Therefore, the distance between the adjacent molecule is very high. Therefore, intermolecular distance is high. Coming to liquids, so these are not closely packed and these are not far away from each other. Therefore, the intermolecular distance is intermediate between solids and gases. So intermolecular distance lies between solids and gases range. Intermolecular distance lies between solids and gases. That means intermediate range. Next, because of close packing, distance is less. Because of less distance between the molecules, strong attractive forces are there. Why? They are present side by side. They are closely packed. Whenever they are closely packed, intermolecular attractions are strong. So whenever distance is less, attractive forces are more. Therefore, intermolecular attractive forces are very strong. Intermolecular attractive forces are very strong. In case of gases, more distance is there. Therefore, attractive forces are very, very less. Therefore, weak intermolecular force of attractions. intermolecular forces of attractions, intermolecular force of attractions are weak. In case of liquids, so liquid state is the intermediate state between solids and gases. Therefore, intermolecular force of attractions are intermolecular forces of attractions are intermediate. That means they are not very strong, not very weak. Intermolecular force of attractions are lies between solids and liquids. That means intermediate. Intermediate. Next, fourth point is, due to close packing, solids are having different shape and occupies different volume. So they have different shape, and occupies different volume. Liquids, they are not having different shape, but they occupies different volume. So no different shape, but occupies different volume. Here you should remember that note, the shape of liquids is nothing but shape of the container. The shape of liquids is nothing but shape of the container. So if you will put the any liquid, just like water, if you will put the water in bottle, then shape of the water look like bottle shape. If you will put the water in jug, then shape of the water is jug shape, like that. Next, fourth point, gases. Gases do not possess both. That means no definite shape and no definite volume. So they have neither definite shape nor definite volume. So they do not possess both definite shape and definite volume. No definite shape and definite volume. So the shape of the gas is nothing but shape of the container. The volume of the gas is nothing but volume of the container. Note, the volume of the gas, so the shape of the gas is nothing but shape of the container. The volume of the gas is nothing but volume of the container. The volume of the gas is volume of container. So if we take oxygen in 500 ml container, then oxygen occupies entire volume. That means gases occupies entire available volume. Therefore, volume of oxygen gas is 500 ml. Instead of 500 ml, if we will take oxygen gas in 1000 ml container, then gas occupies entire available volume. Therefore, volume of the oxygen gas is 1000 ml. Next, fifth point. So, in case of solids, all the atoms are closely packed. That means they have fixed positions in the lattice. That's why they do not possess rotatory and translatory motions. They have only vibratory motions. So, solids solids have fixed positions. That means solid molecules have fixed positions in the closed packing. In the solids have fixed positions. Solids means solid molecules have fixed positions in the closed packing. Hence, they do not possess rotatory and translatory motions. They do not have rotatory and translatory motions. They have only vibratory motions. About their mean positions, that molecules can vibrate. They have only vibratory motions. They have only vibratory motions. Coming to gases. So gases are not closely packed. Therefore, they are having all three types of motions: rotatory motion, translatory motion, and vibratory motion. So gases have all three types of motions, like rotatory, translatory, and vibratory motions. Next, in case of liquids, little bit rotatory and translatory motions are there along with vibratory motions. In all three states, vibratory motion is present in case of liquids. So little bit rotatory and translatory motions are present along with vibratory motions. So along with vibratory motions, so first of all, you should remember that in all three states, vibratory motion is present. Along with vibratory motions, little rotatory and translatory motions are present. Next, sixth one. Solids are incompressible. These are incompressible. And do not show thermal expansion. In case of gases are highly compressible. Why? Between the gases, weak attractive forces are there. Due to weak attractive forces, by applying the pressure, they are highly compressible. So these are highly compressible. Gases are highly compressible and shows thermal expansion. In thermodynamics, we studied thermal expansion of gases and shows thermal expansion. Gases undergo expansion. Liquids, intermediate compressibility and intermediate thermal expansion. So intermediate compressibility and intermediate thermal expansion. So liquid state properties are lies between gases and solids. Thermal expansion. So intermediate compressibility and intermediate thermal expansion. Next, seventh one. Solids are least energetic. These are most energetic or more energetic. So first of all, you should remember that energy is due to mainly movement of molecules. Here you should remember that note. Energy is due to movement of molecules. Movement of molecules or atoms. Energy is due to movement of molecules or atoms. So in case of gases, molecules are freely moves from one place to another place. Due to that motion, these possess energy. In case of solids, no movement. That's why less energy. So here intermediate energy. Intermediate energy. So intermediate energy. So these are the characteristic properties of solids, liquids and gases. So first of all, we will discuss in first year syllabus about gas state. So gas state concepts are more. Lastly, liquid state. Liquid state concepts are less. Surface tension, viscosity, vapor pressure, boiling point, that only. So first of all, we will start from gaseous state. So up to now, introduction concept completed. So in states of matter, first subchapter is gaseous state. First subchapter is gaseous state. So in first year, in states of matter, two subchapters are there. There are two subchapters. First one gaseous state. B, second one liquid state. In second year, solid state. So gaseous state. Now only we discussed about gaseous state. What are gases? So it is one of the physical state of matter which do not possess definite shape and definite volume. Intermolecular distance is very high. Intermolecular attractions are very less. Weak intermolecular force of attractions. They possess all three types of motions: rotatory, translatory and vibratory motions. They are more energetic. Why? Due to the movement of gas molecules. So in addition to that, you should remember gases always forms homogeneous mixture. Gases always forms homogeneous mixture. Gases always forms homogeneous mixture. So if you are mixing any 2-3 different gases, always they forms homogeneous mixture. That is, gases are immiscible or miscible? Tell me. So gases always forms homogeneous mixture. That's why gases are either miscible or immiscible. So gases are always miscible because they are homogeneous. So that is, gases are miscible. So generally for liquids and gases we have to use the word miscibility. For solids in liquids we have to use the word solubility. So gases are miscible. So any two gases are miscible. Next, one more point you should remember. Gases can expand freely into available space. Gases can expand freely into available space. This property is known as diffusion. So gases shows diffusion property. So gases can expand freely into available space. This property is known as diffusion. Due to diffusion property of gases only, we are observing the smell of perfumes or fragrance of flowers. Due to this diffusion property, we are observing smell of perfumes, fragrance of flowers. So due to diffusion property. So gases also shows diffusion property. Next concept is measurable properties of gases. So here onwards, real concepts will start. Real syllabus will start from measurable properties. Up to now what we discussed all are introduction concept, basics. Now onwards, real syllabus will start. Measurable properties of gases. So important. So measurable properties of gases. Measurable properties of gases. So for any gas, there are four measurable properties. There are four measurable properties: mass, volume, pressure, and temperature. There are four measurable properties. There are four measurable properties of gases. Namely, first one, mass; second one, volume; third one, pressure; fourth one, temperature. Fourth one, temperature. So these are the four measurable properties of gases. One by one we will discuss. Easy only. First one, mass. First one, mass. Denoted by the symbol M. Mass of the gas denoted by the symbol M. In general, mass of the gas is expressed mass of the gas is expressed in either grams or kilograms. So gram is nothing but CCS system. Kilogram is nothing but SI system. So mass of the gas is measured in